welcome back. Ariana DeBose has been hitting a lot of high notes since her Oscar win last year for West Side Story, and you can see one of them is on the big screen in the new Disney animated movie, Wish. Take a look.
I'm sure there will be challenges that find me, but I can take them on one at a time. So I make this wish to have something more for us than this. So I make this wish to have something more for us than this.
Please welcome back Academy Award winner, Ariana DeBose.
Oh, you look like your character.
It's the braids, you know. We gotta rep our girl.
I love it.
Thank you. Happy belated, by the way.
Thank you, darling.
You're very welcome.
Well, you look amazing, but you are just amazing. Last year was such a big year for you. You obviously won an Oscar for your role as Anita in West Side Story, which was incredible. You just captured that so well. You recently opened up about how after, you know, this big award season where you were so successful, you kind of felt like you were in free fall. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, it was an odd thing. I would say I looked right at Whoopi because I would say there are very few people who have gone through that specific experience.
Yeah.
And it was less about me changing and realizing that everyone around me had shifted how they reacted to me. And I had to take the time, I'm still taking the time to really understand my new reality. And it's tough, it's very human. It's a very human thing, and I've had to learn a lot about having grace for myself and taking the time to honor solitude. It can feel very lonely. But that's life, you know? Life is lifing, and you don't really have a choice but to acknowledge it and then find new ways forward. And boundaries, I believe in them. I love them. They're very important.
Well, your one-woman show was fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.
It was fantastic. And in addition, you were recently named one of Glamour UK's Women of the Year for your advocacy work. For that work. What did it mean to you to make that particular list?
Oh, it was an incredibly impressive group of women, you know. America Ferrera, Hannah Waddingham, like it just, the list goes on and on, but also Glamour UK, that's a publication across the pond. I'm still sort of, you know, in awe that that's like, it feels like a transfer, you know, people from across the ocean have took a notice of the work that I was doing. But I'm very passionate about advocacy work because when I was growing up, there was always someone there, an angel along the way, advocating for me. And I sit on the board of Covenant House International, which champions homeless and sexually trafficked youth. Thank you. And they do really beautiful work, and it's the work that they do is very inclusive of the young people. The young people are leading the charge and helping provide the answers of how to eradicate homelessness. And again, I think our young people are the future, and giving them every opportunity to find success, to find their passion, and acknowledge that they are not their circumstances, right? And because there was always someone there helping me find those answers, I'm really proud to be able to show up for them in this way.
That's nice. You're lucky.
I was very lucky.
So Ariana, you were also featured on the cover of Marie Claire's Ambition issue.
I was?
Well, that's across the pond, wasn't it? Marie Claire is a British, isn't it?
No. I think that's an American,
it's American
publication.
But you know, ambitious women are often what's the word I'm looking for? Misjudged.
That's what you look. That's what we're usually called.
They think we're bitchy when we're ambitious. But you can't be successful in this industry if you don't have some ambition.
Absolutely.
You know, how do you struggle with that? I mean, do you get blowback about it? It's interesting. The whole issue is dedicated to women's ambition. It means they're taking the word back.
Exactly. Well, and I think that's really important. You know, meanings and the connotations around words change every day. Ambition is a good thing to me. I've always had it. I would not be here sitting with you all.
None of us
like
would,
what? Without it. But there was one specific moment, and this was before any of y'all knew who I was. I was working on Broadway, and I left Hamilton. I was in the ensemble of Hamilton.
I remember that.
Yeah, it was a really great and cool experience. But in this article, it was on I believe it was Playbill.com, a Broadway publication. I spoke about making the choice to leave the show and choosing to do the work to better myself so that I could walk into rooms and try and be considered for featured work or be more of a leading lady. Yep. And unfortunately, it was my first experience with a poorly worded headline. It came out that why this was Ariana DeBose's last time in the ensemble. And unfortunately, there were some members of the community who took issue with it, regardless of the context. And I was really saddened by it because all I was really saying was, I'm willing to try. I want to go for this. This is a new goal, and I think that's good, and everyone should be able to pursue that.
So they got mad because you were in a Broadway show vying to be in television and movies.
Kinda.
When she's not shading the ensemble, she's just saying, I wanted to get a shot at something.
I want to try.
Yeah.
I don't want to be pigeonholed for just being a dancer, because that's really what I did in the show.
And you were giving, didn't you like whisper to the king? Or?
I did. I did one of these like,
I remember that.
You got to shoot your shot.
You do. And it took some time, and I would never, you know, poo-poo the ensemble. The work that I do now is ensemble work.
They knew that when listen, you know, particularly with us, when we are not performing in ways that people expect us to be, when we say, hey, I think I'm going to go this direction, people go, who you trying to be?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
And what
uppity.
you
They
always
use the word uppity.
Well, she's too big for her britches.
Too big, or that like you shouldn't want more than where you are. Forgetting, of course, that they have done the same thing.
Yeah.
So just always know that these headlines that come out, they will always be clickbait.
Yes.
Regardless of what you say.
And if people want to shade you, they'll find a way.
find
even
a way.
if it's a
And the
misleading
haters
headline.
will always
Yeah.
exist.
A little jealousy,
stuff
I
they
think,
do.
too. A little jealous.
Well,
Talk about leading ladies, though. You are starring in the new Disney movie called Wish.
yeah. It's really cool.
Asha, who makes a wish to help her people. Now, what did you love about this story and voicing Asha? Because I know how near and dear Disney movies are to you.
Yeah, I was a Disney kid growing up. I loved it. I mean, come on, every step of the way. Like, I dressed up as the characters for Halloween. You know, I know all the words to the songs. Today we're giving an ode to Belle, like, because roses, keep the roses. Yeah, it's the whole thing. But they came to me and they said, we want to make a movie that celebrates 100 years of Disney magic. And I was like, wow, that's intense. And it was about sort of like the wishing star. And we were going to follow this girl that ultimately had such a wish in her heart that when she discovers that in the magical town of Rosas, that things may not always be what they seem, that perhaps their leaders are not doing what is best for them.
Imagine
that she makes this, right? Timely. That she makes this true wish in her heart for everyone around her to have something more than what they have, to have better, to be able to pursue the possibility of their dreams. Because that's the whole thing. King Magnifico, voiced by the delicious Chris Pine.
I didn't know he could sing like that.
Oh, honey, he sings. It's so great. But King Magnifico sort of is charged with protecting all of the community's wishes. And instead what he's doing is saying, I'm going to grant the ones that I deem to be safe, and I decide what you decide what you deserve. And that is, I think, something that is of topic in the world that we live today. And
it's your topic.
It
was discussed.
very much. That part. So I feel like I'm so grateful that they came to me. It's a great movie.
It's a great, magnificent.
Yeah.
Wait, there's more to come. There's more to come. We're coming back with more Ariana DeBose. Alyssa has the question.
Well, Ariana, we get to hear you sing in the new movie. We played a clip when you came out. Your voice is stunning. And you got to perform a song written by the, Grammy-winning artist, Julia Michaels. You said you were intimidated about that. Can you tell us about it?
Yeah, I mean, she is one of the great songwriters of our generation, in my opinion, and it's a deceptively hard song to sing. I know, I look ridiculous, but I had so much fun.
I love it.
But I really wanted to put my best foot forward. I'm also a vocalist with a lot of anxiety, and that's something that I work on. I take lessons. I had one last night. The work never stops, but I really wanted to bring the best to it. It's a beautiful song. There are 7 original songs in this film, and my character, she is brown with beautiful braids and freckles, and she deserved everything I had to give to her. So, yeah.
And the Kingdom is very
inclusive. Like, truly, it's modeled after what, like, equity could truly look like. And I appreciate that, because I think young people seeing that now is great. Like, start early, guys. Start early.
You come to this table anytime.
Thank you, man.
Ariana DeBose, Wish is in theaters on Wednesday, November 22nd, and to help celebrate the film, members of the audience are going home with the Star Plush. The new product collection inspired by Disney's Wish film is now available at Shop Disney. And to add extra magic to the collection, Disney is supporting Make-A-Wish to help grant wishes for children with critical illnesses. To learn more, visit shopdisney.com/wish. And we will be right back.